Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. It's so good to have you here today. Whether you're tuning in here for the first time or you've been here on my journey for a little bit, welcome around. I'm truly grateful you're here. Hey, and if you're new, hi, my name is Jesus. I'm a life and a wellbeing coach and I specialize in mindfulness and self-awareness. I'm also a yoga and a breathwork teacher and I'm based in London. And this channel is all about helping you to reconnect with your authentic self through simple and soulful practices. Today's video is very close to my heart. And we're going to talk about something that it is powerful, accessible, and deeply transformative, and it is meditation. Meditation is one of the most important tools you can have on your self-discovery journey. It brings stillness, clarity, and emotional balance, but more than that, it helps you to build a better relationship with yourself and your inner worlds. And here's the beautiful part. When your inner worlds become more clear and grounded, you often notice that the outer worlds begin to shift too. And it is almost like decluttering the inside and making a space for peace to show up outside. So take a moment to settle in. Hey, listen, maybe grab a cup of tea and let's begin. What is meditation really? Because we hear this word all the time, particularly lately, isn't it? In every wellness space, in therapy, in yoga classes, even in corporate meetings actually. But what does actually mean? At its core, meditation is a practice of tuning your attention inward. It's a moment where you pause the doing and return to being. Meditation is about training the mind to become more aware, more focused, and very important, more calm. There is something important to understand because meditation is not about stopping your thoughts. Meditation is about changing your relationship with your thoughts. It's about watching them without getting caught on them. It's learning how to become the witness, the quiet observer in your inner experience. You can meditate in so many ways. You might be focusing on the breath, you might be repeating a mantra, you might be listening to a guided meditation, or you simply just sit in silence and observe. There is no really one right way to do it. But one thing I'm going to tell you, you don't need to sit cross-legged for hours to get the benefits. What matters the most is your intention and your willingness to be present and to create that connection with yourself. And listen, it sounds simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Meditation is a practice. And like anything meaningful, it takes time and consistency. And I'm going to say this gently, please be patient with yourself. Meditation isn't about mastering a stillness. It's about meeting yourself in a stillness. I love that across cultures and traditions, meditation has always been like the doorway to access the deeper truth. The inner peace and the connection with something that it is greater than ourselves. And no matter whether it comes from scientific lenses or from a spiritual place, meditation offers something valuable for everyone. And I actually would love to begin with something that might surprise you, but meditation is actually backed up with science. And it has so many benefits. Because honestly, meditation always feels like something spiritual or mystical, but it's actually one of the most researched and effective practices that supports your health in many ways, physical, mentally, and emotional. First of all, it reduces the stress. Meditation helps to lower the cortisol, which is the stress hormone that spikes when you feel overwhelmed. And this shift helps to regulate you from feeling more stressed to feel grounded, calm, and balanced. And it also improves your focus and memory. Studies really show that meditation increases the gray matter in the brain, especially in areas that are linked to learning, to decision making, and to the attention span. So yes, just a few minutes of stillness each day can actually make you mentally sharper and more clear. And of course, there is an emotional resilience part of meditation, because it does strengthen that part of the brain that is in charge for the emotional regulation. It does shrinks the areas with fear and anxiety. This means you will feel more stable and less reactive to life's ups and downs. And even helps with the sleep. If your mind's race ups and down, meditation can help you to get quiet, to get restful, and of course to have a really good sleep. But beyond science, there is something much deeper here. And I would love to talk about the spiritual benefits of this practice. Meditation does help to reconnect with your values and remember what is truly matter to you. It awakens your inner guidance. It is that quiet voice that knows the truth. Even when everything around feels noisy and uncertain, meditations often foster trust, helps to surrender, and opens the door to what we call the sacred. No matter how you call it, if it's God, the universe, the spirit, or maybe just a deeper part of yourself, meditation is one of the most beautiful ways to connect with the divine. And it's universal. You don't need to belong to any religion or to follow any spiritual ritual, whether you're in a church, in a mosque, or in a temple, or meditating in your room with a candle and an incense. What matters is your intention to go inwards. Because honestly, all spiritual traditions, when you look at them really closely, they have a moment of silence at heart. It's a sacred pause that brings us back to the essence of who we are. But listen, I'd love to bring back meditation to self-awareness, which is the topic what we're talking in the channel right now. Since the very first video, we've been talking about how you can reconnect with yourself through small, simple, and soulful practices. Well, meditation is one of the most powerful tools to do that. It does help to create space in between your thoughts. And listen, on our day-to-day lives, our minds moves so fast. We jump from thought to thought, and without even sometimes asking, where is this coming from? Is this thought even mine? Like, is actually benefit, is helpful for me? Meditation helps you to become the observer. It teaches you to notice thoughts without reacting, to watch your thoughts without becoming them. It builds emotional intelligence, because you'll start to see your thoughts as thoughts, not as facts. So, because they come and go, it's like clouds passing on the sky. And one of the way I like to explain to my students about observing the thoughts is, imagine you're watching a show about your own mind, like a version of the Truman Show. You are not the drama, you are watching it unfold. And from that space of observation, you can choose how to respond. Meditation also helps to reveal your inner truth, because once you learn to observe your thoughts, you realize something powerful. You are not your thoughts. You are the one that is watching. You are the awareness behind your thoughts. And that shifts everything. It does reduce the mental noise, the overthinking, the worrying, the constant dialogue, which most of the time is rooted into the past or just worried about the future. So meditation does help to clear that clutter away, so you can return to what is real, which is this moment, the here and the now. And when you consistently practice, naturally increase your clarity and your self-confidence, but not the confidence that comes from achievements, but the quiet kind that it says, I know who you are, I trust myself, I'm okay. it's not about thinking that you know everything. In fact, the more you meditate, the more humble you become. Even as a teacher, I am still a student. I'm always learning, I'm always growing. We all do. When you know yourself and you're reconnecting with your truth, trust me, you walk through life differently. And that's not ego, that is integrity. That's the quiet power that comes from self-awareness. And meditation is one of the most loving ways to build that inner strength. Now, I would love to show you a few types of meditations. Let's break this down and the different practices. Now, remember, this is still the beginning of the channel. I have plenty of content coming up about meditation, but no matter if you're a brand new meditant or you've been meditated for years, I will invite you to try all of these, because just like breathwork or yoga, meditation is not one size fits all. It depends on you. And yes, there is a golden thread that runs through it, which is the idea of observing your thoughts without judgment, or simply allowing what's there to be there. That's the core of meditation. But each of the practices that I'm going to explain to you brings something a little different to the table. So these are like my 4 favorites, but again, it's up to you, and there is more to come, so stay tuned for that. The first one is guided meditation. This, hands down, is one of the easiest ways to start. You simply follow along with the teacher or the recording voice that gently guide you through the practice. And no matter what it is for, maybe it's for sleep, for stress relief, for self-love, for manifesting your goals. One of my favorite types of guided meditation is the chakra meditation, which use breath, sound, and visualization that aligns your body energy. I actually teach that quite often. In fact, this is how I began my journey into meditation. I don't know if you remember, but in the previous video, I talked about that moment that I was very overwhelmed, that I sat down and I held a crystal. And I think that's what you should do. There's hundreds of free meditations, apps, and hitting YouTube, you can find thousands of practices to choose from. Like, there is an app that I like called Insta Timer, which is free. So let yourself be curious, pick something that speaks to you and just try out. The next one is a mindfulness meditation, and this one is most simple, but also is one of the most powerful, because it's about sitting with yourself. It's about focusing on the present moment and observing whatever arises without trying to change that. And again, you can do it anywhere, but I would recommend you to start this small, to sit down, close the eyes, and notice the breath. And the very beginning of the meditation always is about feeling the body, about observing whatever it is around you, and whatever comes up, let it pass. Don't follow it, don't try to fix it. It's just acknowledgement, and then come back to the breath. Remember, it's about being mindful with the meditation. And there's not fixed time. You can do 1, 2, 3 minutes, but the longer, the better, to be honest. And the beauty of this type of meditation is you don't need any music, you don't need any props, you don't need like a perfect setting. You can do this when you are in bed, you can do this at the park, you can do no matter where you are. And this practice is perfect, again, just to bring mindfulness awareness, and it's a great way to reconnect your body, your breath, and your inner stillness. The next one is silence meditation, and this one is a little bit more advanced, but it is incredibly powerful. Silence meditation means sit down without any external guidance, without music, without prompts, just you, just your breath, just your awareness. And these tend to be done with the lights off. It's about turning inwards, simply watching what arises without reacting to it. And yes, this can feel hard at first. You might get distracted by sounds, or you even might feel restless because as there is nothing around you, there's so much within. That's the thing. Those distractions are part of the practice. In fact, I often tell my students, let this noise become your anchor. If you hear, for example, something during the practice that disturbs you or you get frustrated, use that moment to come back to the breath, to come back to the meditation. Silence meditation teach us how to be still, because we live in a world that isn't, and that stillness is something extremely powerful that unfolds. And it is difficult, it's raw, it's real, but it is deeply transformative. Just be patient with yourself. This one takes a little bit of a time to grow into it. Another type of meditation that I love is Vedic meditation. And this one, it comes from a Vedic traditions in India, and I learned when I lived and trained there. You do need a teacher here, because it is used as a mantra or a sound or a vibration that you silently repeat on your mind. You don't need to chant it out loud, but and you don't even need to force it, but it's just a soft way to mental repeat the mantra. Is this type of meditation, it usually takes around 20 minutes and it tends to be done twice a day. All you have to do is to sit down, close your eyes, and just gently repeat the mantra. Over time, the mantra becomes subtle, almost like it just fades away, and you drop into a very, very deep, restful state. You're not trying to reach anything, you're not pushing, you're just allowing. And this practice is deeply restorative. It helps a lot to clear the mind and really to connect with your inner self. I do practice this on a regular basis, and I teach this practice on my students. But the truth is, meditation is a whole world on its own. There are so many styles and traditions to explore, but you don't need to master all of them. You don't need to do hours of these. All you need is just 5 minutes of a quiet presence with yourself, and that's it. Now, if you'd like to go deeper, I would like to invite you to join my Patreon community, where I have loads of meditations, I host live Q&As, and I have monthly events. So if you are up to, links are down below. But before I wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Meditation is the space where everything we've been exploring really comes together. Breath, mindfulness, yoga, no matter what it is, meditation is the place that holds it all. It's not about something that you do, it's a way of being. It's a homecoming. Thank you so much for watching this video today. If you made it this far, I love you a lot. I truly appreciate your presence. Hey, and let me know in the comments. Have you tried meditation before? What has been your experience with meditation? Have you tried any of these techniques? Let me know, please. I reply every single comment, every message. I love to hear from all of you. It means the world to me. And if you want to keep building your practice, check out all the other videos that I have on the channel. They will go beautiful with everything that we talked about it today. And if you're just starting with your self-awareness journey, you are exactly on the right place. So like, subscribe, and maybe share this video with someone who might need a bit of a moment of a stillness. Until the next time, take care, keep breathing, and be kind to yourself. Bye for now.